Right now at noon, investigators and the FBI asking for your help in identifying this man suspected in a string of robberies across southern Wisconsin. Plus, could interest rates rise again? The Federal Reserve meets today to vote on the issue and how it could help the economy. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at noon. I'm Josh Breiter in from Arcane. First at noon, an alert day in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Let's start with meteorologist Greg Barnhart, who's tracking the timing of this system. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Josh. Yeah, it's going to be really tonight that we're going to see the changeover go on, and it's going to be a little tricky forecast going on when we'll see the changeover. Right now, we're just having scattered showers out there. The main line has shifted east, so we've kind of had a little bit of a break, but we're going to see another band here eventually sit up this evening. Right now, temperatures are all above freezing. We're almost to the 40s, so we should be climbing up to mid-40s. So overall, this afternoon, this evening's commute will not be affected by anything going on, just with some light rain showers and then steadier rain as we go on later today. Visibility, there are some issues out there with 1.5. It's more dense as you go really to Iowa, northeast Iowa. So something to keep in mind of, like down towards Monroe is 1/4 of a mile. So there are some visibility issues out there as you're driving around. But really for your commutes for this afternoon and evening, it is a few showers. It'll become more steady rainfall as you get this evening. The snow thing will not be till tonight, and that's when the alert day really goes into effect this late evening through Friday morning. 2 to 5 inches is going to be a period of brief, heavy snow, more slushy roads, higher central Wisconsin, lesser as you go further south. The changeover will occur near midnight to there afterwards. So something to keep in mind of. I believe all the snow will probably be done by the time we get up for tomorrow morning's commute, but the roads may be slushy more. So I'll time out all that and a bit more how cold we're going to get in the future a bit later in the forecast.
All right, Greg. Thank you. Remember, you can always stay updated on our area with our First Warn weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. You'll also find school closings on the app and at the top of our homepage, channel3000.com. New at noon, fire crews investigating a storage unit fire in Monona. Crews were called to the 6300 block of Copps Avenue around 7:45 this morning after multiple calls from residents seeing smoke in the area. No injuries or deaths have been reported. Right now, it's still unclear what caused that fire. Right now, the FBI is offering a $10,000 reward in the hopes of identifying the suspect in a string of Culver's robberies across southern Wisconsin. Investigators released this security camera video of the suspect at a Best Buy. The man is 6'5" and weighs about 300 pounds. He has brown hair, a goatee, and should be considered armed and dangerous. The suspect is also accused of robbing a Janesville Best Buy. Anyone with information should call 911 or the number on your screen. That's 414-276-4684. Beginning today, there will be an extra set of eyes on the Beltline. Officers with the Wisconsin State Patrol will be monitoring the road for traffic violations alongside other law enforcement agencies in Dane County. They will patrol between Middleton and I-3990. Officials say the goal of the extra enforcement is to improve safety on the Beltline. This afternoon, a family in Beloit is out of their home after a garage fire. This fire broke out early Tuesday afternoon. It melted the siding on 3 neighboring homes and a garage. No one was injured in that fire. Firefighters are still working to determine what caused it. The American Red Cross is helping the family that was displaced. A Navy recruiter accused of sexually assaulting teens will be in court today. 25-year-old Brian Bradley Hubbard is charged with 6 counts of child enticement and 3 counts of sexual assault of a child. Prosecutors allege Bradley Hubbard used social media apps to message and meet teens while he was recruiting at Rock County High School. According to the complaint, all the victims were under 18 when those assaults happened. Today marks 10 years since the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut. 20 children and 6 educators were killed by a young man with an assault rifle. Nikki Batiste sat down with 2 parents who each lost a child and are fighting to make our schools safer.
The morning of December 14th, 2012 would be the last time Nicole Hockley and Mark Barden ever saw their youngest children, 6-year-old Dylan Hockley and 7-year-old Daniel Barden.
Dylan was this gorgeous little boy with these gigantic blue eyes. He was just an absolute joy. I still can't wrap my head around that it's 10 years.
On the last day of Daniel's life, he asked me to show him something on the piano. So I taught him how to play Jingle Bells. That was in the last few hours of his life.
1 month later, they helped launch Sandy Hook Promise, a nonprofit focused on protecting America's children from gun violence.
Look for warning signs and threats.
Its Know the Signs programs teach children and adults how to identify at-risk behaviors and intervene to get help. More than 23,000 schools nationwide use the programs, which the group says have helped stop at least 11 credible planned school shooting attacks.
We're focused on what we call upstream violence prevention. How do we, at the earlier end of that scale, intervene and get help?
They found an ally in Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy.
For me, the last 10 years has been about trying to rattle this country.
A new study shows the U.S. has reached its highest number of gun deaths in nearly 30 years, with a recent 20% jump. And since Sandy Hook, there have been more than 4,200 mass shootings, 38 of them at schools. Earlier this year, the bipartisan Safer Communities Act was signed into law, 1 month after 19 students and 2 teachers were murdered at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas.
Find a path forward here.
Murphy and Republican Senator John Cornyn from Texas wrote the legislation. It's the most significant gun-related law in 30 years and includes enhanced background checks for people 18 to 21. It also invests money in mental health resources and red flag laws, which led authorities to take guns from people deemed dangerous.
That was Nikki Batiste reporting. The wife of soccer journalist Grant Wahl says her husband died of natural causes while he was in Qatar covering the World Cup. Wahl was a CBS Sports contributor who had written about soccer for Sports Illustrated for more than 2 decades. He died on Friday. His wife, CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder, dispelled rumors that foul play was involved.
He had an autopsy done here in New York by the New York City Medical Examiner's Office, and it showed that he had an aortic aneurysm that ruptured. It's just one of these things that had been likely brewing for years, and for whatever reason, it happened at this point in time.
She told CBS Mornings she wants people to remember her husband for his kindness, generosity, and commitment to social justice. Well, still to come on News 3 Now at noon, why Subaru is recalling hundreds of thousands of SUVs. That's next in your Money Watch.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
This holiday season at the Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me May 2nd through the 12th as we tour Scotland and Northern Ireland. This trip is rich with history, exploring places like the Edinburgh Castle and the Titanic Belfast Museum. We'll also enjoy the gorgeous scenery and friendly people of these 2 unique countries. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information.
Enjoy a stress-free buying experience at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin, all with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day lowest price protection guarantee and 7-day money-back guarantee. Choose a vehicle that's in stock, reserve one that's on the way, or order one just the way you want it, and never pay more than MSRP. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's largest Chevy dealer. Find new roads in a new Chevrolet. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
Get ready for the Harlem Globetrotters 2023 World Tour, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. All new, non-stop action, amazing basketball skills, and more. Playing Alliant Energy Center on December 30th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Good news on the U.S. economy. Inflation eased more than expected in November to its slowest pace in nearly a year. The Consumer Price Index showed that prices increased just over 7% compared to the same month a year ago, which is slightly less than economists anticipated. It comes as the Federal Reserve is expected to announce another interest rate increase today of 0.5 percentage point. Sam Bankman-Fried, former CEO of the collapsed cryptocurrency exchange FTX, was denied bail in his first court appearance in the Bahamas Tuesday. He faces multiple U.S. federal charges, including wire fraud, money laundering, and other financial crimes. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has also filed charges against Bankman-Fried. And Subaru is recalling more than 270,000 SUVs. The company says they are Ascent Sport utility vehicles, model years between 2019 and 2022. Subaru says 2 fires have been reported, but they did not lead to injuries or crashes. Owners are urged to park their cars outside until a wiring fix is completed. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. In Washington.
And a look at the stock market at the noon hour. The Dow is up 201 points, NASDAQ up 39, and the S&P 500 is up about 18. Well, it is Wednesday, and that means our Call for Action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. This is a live look at our Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can call for action anytime, 608-270-2833, or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. The Federal Reserve votes today on whether or not to raise interest rates again. As Amy Kiley tells us, the goal is to lower inflation, and the latest report shows signs of relief.
This does seal the deal on them scaling back the size of the rate increase.
That's a prediction of how the Federal Reserve eventually will respond to yesterday's Consumer Price Index report. It shows November's inflation rate was 7.3, a low not seen since last December. But the chief economist for Moody's clarifies his prediction is for the future, not for today's Fed meeting.
The Fed's going to raise rates. They signaled that they're going to do that, and they're going to stick to that script.
Fed hikes mean people have to pay more interest on things like credit cards and mortgages, but the point of them is to lower prices.
If this relieves us of the historically high and damaging inflation, and we have to make a slight trade-off for that, I think that's a trade that many Americans would make.
That relief could trigger a recession. Businesses like Amazon and Morgan Stanley have been cutting jobs to prepare.
One of my main focuses as Secretary of Labor will be making sure that we have job training, workforce development, apprenticeship opportunities for new jobs we're creating, but for some of these other jobs that are happening in the United States right now that are having a hard time finding people.
Of course, the Fed would rather pull off a so-called soft landing. That would involve reducing inflation without causing a recession.
I think there's still a chance, keep hope alive.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Economists also predict the Fed could stop raising rates early next year. Well, coming up next at noon, Pam has today's egg prices, and Greg has the latest on a weather alert day. Then today on Live at 4, Santa is riding his reindeer ahead of his long journey on Christmas Eve. We'll stop by a village in Finland where people can visit jolly old St. Nick any day of the year. That's today at 4.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the PowerSwabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. And they look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick Pen with your order. The Quick Stick Pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, jazz up your holiday parties with these TikTok trends. Then Sam Worthington shares his Avatar adventures, plus Kendrick Sampson, and Shalea sings for us.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team, First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back this noon. Let's check in with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. You ready for all this crazy weather, Pam?
Boy, I don't know, and it just seems like it matters where you are by a county line. We'll kind of watch and see what's happening this afternoon. But for people that are up in Wisconsin Dells today for the UW Discovery Farms conference, I hope they have a safe travel back home. That's just another one of the winter conferences that farmers are trying to tuck in before we get to the end of the calendar year, all of the holiday events on the horizon. So talking a little bit about what's happening, you know, you start looking at end-of-the-year numbers. Unfortunately, here in Wisconsin, one of the end-of-the-year numbers we have to look at, the number of dairy farms that have gone out of business in the state. Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service said as of the first week of December this year, we had 6,140 herds that were milking in the first week of December. That's down 393 from January of this year. 399 farms sold their herds off last year. 360 went out of business in 2020. Now remember, that does not change our cow number necessarily. Some of these farms sell their cows to other farms that in turn may get a little bit bigger. But like I said, that is a changing dynamic that we've been watching for the past number of years. Milwaukee County, just one dairy herd remains in Milwaukee County as of the 1st of December. Also, another issue we're talking about now, although there's not a lot of field traffic with our farm equipment, farm fatalities had another bump up again this year. The numbers just came out from the National Farm Medicine Center. One area you have to pay attention to, the number of children that were either injured or killed this year. It's not necessarily just on farm equipment. It might be ATV. It might be in other scenarios, but we're definitely going to have to channel that as a real major goal, doing a better job in 2023. Barrel cheese today down 3.5 at $1.82 1/4. 40-pound block cheese on Wednesday up 4, $2.11 1/4. Double A butter up 2 3/4 cents, $2.79 3/4 per pound. So there you go, Josh. Yeah, I think you're right. Weather is on the minds of everybody in Wisconsin today.
Yeah, and we saw how much of a mess that first major winter system we had last week was. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting, as it always is here in Wisconsin.
You bet. See you tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
buddy.
see you, Pam. Have a good one. Next at noon, New Zealand lawmakers have passed one of the world's strictest smoking laws. Tina Kraus has the details of this unique plan.
The ayes are 76, the noes are 43. The motion is agreed to.
New Zealand's parliament has agreed to put a stop to smoking.
There is no good reason to allow a product to be sold that kills half the people that use it.
A new law imposes a lifetime ban on young people buying cigarettes, making it illegal for anyone currently aged 14 or younger to purchase tobacco.
This bill will create generational change, and it'll leave a legacy of better health for our youth.
The minimum age to buy cigarettes will keep rising year after year. So by 2050, for example, 40-year-olds will be too young to purchase cigarettes. Retailers who break the law could face fines of more than $90,000. But critics warn the strict rules could fuel an unregulated illegal market for tobacco. New Zealand's health minister says many have kicked the habit over the past year as the proposal to extinguish smoking nationwide gained momentum.
It will save thousands of lives and billions for the future health system.
Health officials say the number of smokers in New Zealand has already fallen to the lowest rate yet, at 8%. They hope the world-first legislation will make the country smoke-free by 2025. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
This new law does not ban vaping, which remains popular among young New Zealanders. All right, Greg Barnhart is here now from the First Warn Weather Center with more on that alert day in the forecast. A lot of developments here, Greg.
Yeah, pretty much it's like I said, we got all day today and this evening not to worry about the snow right now. It's more likely closer to midnight, but right now there are advisories up to the north for wind weather advisories for Green Lake, Marquette counties for 2 to 4 inches. And then you got a winter storm warning up for Juneau and Adams for those counties for 4 to 8. Now, I would expect more to be added further south, more the advisory level for this afternoon as it looks better shot that we see the snow. So overall, like I said, we're really focused on tonight, the snow accumulation. It's going to be a heavy, wet, just a brief period. By the time you wake up to go to work tomorrow, it might be over with. It'll just be the road issue to contend with. Then some minor accumulations with some lighter, drier snow that goes on Thursday and Friday. Winds will be getting rid of that actually after today. That's the good news. We won't see as much wind in the next few days. We're going to see another band of precipitation. You see this whole line of light to moderate rain actually pushing up towards the area this evening. That's going to make the evening commute quite wet for most of the areas. And then you'll see that line of transition of rain to snow quickly head southwest overnight. Once we get to tomorrow morning, the low lifts up to the northeast. We start breaking up to more shower activity by tomorrow afternoon. So we'll probably see a break tomorrow morning and then redevelopment of showers going on tomorrow evening into Thursday night with another round of snow, but this time not as heavy and probably not as much either. But so if you look at today, overall good, mid to upper 40s for most locations. By the time we get to about 5, you can start seeing that area expand. So like I said, light to moderate rain for most of the area this evening. That'll actually continue to about 8 or 9. And then the transition is going to be sometime between 9 and maybe around midnight as it sweeps southwestward. Like I said, better shot further north. Lesser shot as you get towards the Illinois border of how much snow you'll get with this. It should be all snow for everyone by the time we get tomorrow morning. By the time we get to about 6 or 7, it's already starting to shut off and become more showery. So like I said, morning commute won't see as much snow going on. It just might be the roads might be an issue. And then by tomorrow afternoon, we'll start seeing the colder air come on the backside of that. So we'll have another round of maybe snow showers tomorrow afternoon and more accumulation maybe Thursday night too. Rough idea, like I said, better shot further north, lesser as you go further south. It's just going to depend on what our temperature is at the time it transitions and how much snow we can get before it all tapers off. Right now, 2 to 4 is probably a solid number. 1 or 2 as you get closer to the Illinois border. Further north, that's where they got the winter storm warning, 6 to 8, even higher amounts up there. And like I said, it's going to be a heavy, wet snow too, so slushy road conditions too, probably what we're looking at. Once we get past that, then we're going to be looking at colder conditions with some light snow Friday, lingering maybe Saturday, and then it gets cold, and then we even have a reinforcing shot by next week. That could bring us more light snow and accumulating snow. That'll be light and fluffy. As you see, our temperatures will get down to the teens. We may struggle to get to the teens as we get towards the end of next week. So it's a really cold Arctic air mass that's going to be invading the, well, pretty much northern plains and Midwest too by that time frame.
All right, Greg. Thank you. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, let's see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
This year, I have just a dish to shake things up when you're planning your holiday menu. It's affordable, tasty, and easy to prepare. And did I mention it's farmed right here in the USA?
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Attract a wide variety of birds to your yard with Enchanted Garden Bird Food. We carry a great selection of high-quality blends to ensure only the best for your backyard friends. Save big money on Enchanted Garden Bird Seed. Check out our great selection of quality Libman cleaning supplies. Our shelves are stocked with brooms, mops, and more to keep your home clean and comfortable. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Sometimes a cough isn't just a cough, so it's better to be prepared. Keeping Binax Now handy makes it easy to test, and self-test kits may be reimbursable with no copay through your health plan. With Binax Now, you'll have reliable results in 15 minutes with the self-test that features the same technology doctors use and detects multiple variants, including Omicron BA.5. So you can always be prepared with Binax Now, the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S.
When it comes to the holidays, many of us will be serving the same traditional favorites as we have for years. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this year, I'm adding a new favorite, which is packed with flavor and is very holiday festive. It's U.S. farm-raised catfish, and it's topped with a buttery crab meat topping. And not only does this look good, but it's super easy to prepare. We start by making a basic crab meat crumb topping, like we did here. Now, this goes on top of 4 U.S. farm-raised catfish fillets, and into the oven they go. The reason I use farm-raised catfish is the texture holds up to the topping, it's very fresh tasting, and everyone always loves it. Once it's baked, which just takes minutes, we drizzle it with a Parmesan cream sauce that is studded with roasted red peppers and chopped parsley. To get the recipe for what we call holiday special catfish fillets, which will be a very welcome addition to your table, along with all your other traditional favorites, simply visit our website. I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today I'm excited to share a dish that will be on my holiday table. And that means lots of, ooh, it's so good.
Here's Greg with one last look at your forecast.
Yeah, we kind of got a break in the rain right now. We still have some visibility issues out there, something to keep in mind of. But we'll have more rain develop this afternoon, strong east winds. You can see future tracks showing that line filling up and becoming just an area of light to moderate rain by evening time, so the commute could be quite wet. Then the snow comes in overnight, 2 to 5 inches, potentially higher to the north, lower to the south. Then it just gets cold and a little bit of snow next week, but definitely colder next week.
All right, Greg, thank you. And thanks for joining us, everyone. Make it a great day. We'll see you back here on Live at 4.